Hello, I'm FranBot, your franchise search assistant. I'm going to ask you a few questions and give you some information before scheduling a call with my favorite human, Senior Franchise Consultant Seth Letterman. If you've been looking into franchising on your own, you've probably been feeling overwhelmed by all of the information coming at you. I promise that your experience with Seth will be like a breath of fresh air. Do you have 10 minutes to spend with me? What are you interested in? A human who knows what they want. Excellent. Seth will discuss your interests and show you options that might be a great fit. There are plenty of good options for Seth to show you from our portfolio of 350 vetted franchise opportunities. Why are you looking into franchise ownership? What are you looking to achieve with your franchise investment? Good to know. Seth will keep this in mind during your franchise search. Tell me a little about your professional background. What have you been doing until now for work? Thanks for sharing. Seth will dive a little deeper into your experience on your call. Where are you looking to open your franchise? Please enter the zip code. What's the furthest distance you'd consider? Seth will show you some of the great options in your area. Are you a veteran? Thank you for your service. Franchisors love veterans. There are a lot of advantages for being former military. Primarily, your understanding of processes, procedures, and systems, and many franchisors offer a discount to veterans. In the first year of business, how much time do you have to dedicate towards building your business on a weekly basis? Great! An owner-manager or executive franchise business model may be your best bet. What do you want to learn about first? Executive models are the types of franchise businesses that executives want to own because you're not going to leave your career to own the franchise. This is purely an investment strategy for the diversification of your portfolio. Do you want to learn about the owner-manager model? Owner-manager models are where you're involved in the day-to-day. Initially, you'll be heavily involved in the business. As the business matures and grows, you can come in late, leave early, go on vacation, and the business will still be operating. When we're done here, we'll send an email with our franchise business model matrix and extended information. What's the best email address for you? Thank you. You'll discuss the different types of business models with Seth. Let's get you comfortable with him and the FranNexus team. After all, there's a lot of trust involved in making one of the biggest decisions of your life. Seth is kind of like a cross between a real estate agent and an executive recruiter. What do you want to know about us? Do you know what the common denominator is for success in franchising? Good guess, but the franchise owners need only follow the proven system to reach success. Do you know what the common denominator is for success in franchising? Good guess, but a franchise business doesn't have to be nationally recognized to be successful. The common denominator for success in franchising is a good match, meaning it's going to be an opportunity that would make sense for you. Let's say you live in Miami. Would you want to look at snow removal businesses? Seth is going to get to know you. He'll show you opportunities that make sense for your region, interests, passions, desires, existing skills, and strengths. Are you familiar with the franchise disclosure document? Franchises are obligated to present you with an FDD because franchising is regulated by the Federal Trade Commission as a consumer protection mechanism. True or false, the FDD gives you the ability to find out everything you want to know about a business, including investment range and financial performance. It's true, every FDD has 23 sections that cover the same critical data points every investor wants to know. The benefit of franchising is that you know what you can expect financially. Do you know what's just as important as reviewing the FDD? The answer is speaking with franchise owners to get a good understanding of what a day in the life is like. When you get to this point in the journey, Seth will connect you with franchisees and provide the questions to ask them. Seth and the FranNexus team will hold your hand through every step of our due diligence process with franchises of interest, making sure that you're speaking to the right people, asking the right questions, and getting the information you need to make the best decision. What else would you like to know about us? Are you familiar with how executive recruiters work? Franchise consultants are similarly compensated for introducing franchisors to people like you, interested in exploring franchise ownership, who also meet their qualifications of a good match. What else would you like to know? Now that we know each other better, can I please get your first name? Rachel, Would you agree that investing in a franchise is one of life's biggest decisions next to getting married and having children? Looking at franchise businesses and industries that interest you is not the same as looking at the ones that will achieve your financial and lifestyle goals. Would you move to a foreign city without a real estate agent? It's not something you want to do on your own any more than buying a franchise without the guidance of an expert like Seth. Let's say you are moving to a foreign country without an agent. Is it the right neighborhood? Are the schools good? Is it safe? When you're looking for a franchise, there is a lot of things that you don't know. You know? Most franchise owners who fail do so because it wasn't the right match. They didn't know what they were getting into. Rachel, I have good news and bad news. Which do you want first? Good news. Seth has a lot of knowledge and expertise in the industry and is going to save you a lot of time and money in the long run. And the bad news, you've probably been spinning your wheels looking at franchise opportunities that do not make sense. Would you like some help in your franchise search? Awesome. The only way Seth will know what to look for is by getting to know you with a good conversation. We call it the discovery call. Is there anyone important to the decision-making process who will be joining us on the discovery call? What's their name and relationship to you? Great, I look forward to speaking with you both. You're not obligated or committed to doing anything other than becoming educated. Learn and explore your options and see if it makes sense. Does that make sense? It's better to find out before you dump a bunch of money into a franchise that it's not a good match. There are a few things Seth wants you to do before your discovery call. You'll get an email with important tasks to complete to help us gather fundamental information for a great start to your conversation with Seth. And here's where we could actually replace it with the CQ questions. It's probably 20 minutes worth of very important work to make sure that you and Seth are on the same page when he begins the research on your behalf. The email will have a link to a confidential questionnaire, which is where you start. Once submitted, you'll have access to take the assessment and review the franchise business model matrix and a visual roadmap of our process. Please review our franchise business model matrix. It covers the different types of business models within franchising and will be very helpful when we're talking about selection criteria. The visual roadmap provides an overview of the process that you and Seth will go through together in your search, selection, and evaluation of franchises. Seth asks that you submit the questionnaire and assessment at least 48 hours prior to the discovery call to ensure time to review. This is really important. I want to make sure you get the email. Will you please reply to the email and let Seth know you received it? Keeping in mind that you have some homework to do and Seth needs time to review, I suggest you schedule 2 to 3 days from now. Great. Let's schedule your discovery call with Seth. Here's Seth's calendar. Please schedule your discovery call.